Welcome children in this second chapter for class 10th chemistry, chemical bonding. So children, we already have done the first chapter, that is the periodic table, and now this is the second chapter, which is chemical bonding. And children, for the question answers I would advise you to download the Selena solutions on your mobiles, and you can see all the question answers of all the chapters and even of other science and math subjects also. So it will help you. Now we'll begin with this chapter, that is chemical bonding. Now children, as you all know that everything in this world wants stability. So is the case with atoms. For atoms, stability means having an electron arrangement of an inert gas, that is an octet state, and if it is 2 electrons, then the state of helium. So helium has 2 electrons or duplet, while all other inert gases, that is neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, have 8 electrons, which we call octet, in their outermost shell. And these are the electronic configuration of all the inert gases. Helium has atomic number of 2, so it has 2 electrons in the first shell, so it is complete. This is called the duplet state, and all other inert gas like neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, they all have 8 electrons in their outermost shell, and this makes their atom completely inert, and that is why they also called as inert gas. Now it is found that elements with their complete outermost shell do not react or are least reactive. Therefore we conclude that atoms having 8 electrons or 2 electrons in helium configuration in their outermost shell are very stable and unreactive. Therefore, to attain stability, atom tends to combine chemically by redistribution of electrons in their outermost shell or valence electrons, so that each is left with a stable electronic configuration, that is the duplet state or the octet state. So cause of chemical combination is the tendency of an element to acquire the nearest noble gas configuration in their outermost orbit and become stable. Now children, during this redistribution of electron, a bond or a force of attraction develops between atoms, which binds them together to form molecule. This bond is known as the chemical bond, which is the name of this chapter. So if we define a chemical bond, it is defined as a chemical bond may be defined as the force of attraction between two atoms in a molecules to maintain stability. Now children, there are 3 methods in which an atom can achieve a stable configuration. First is the transfer of one or more electrons from one atom to the other to form an electrovalent or ionic bond. So an atom can transfer its electron to other atom, that is one way of redistributing or becoming stable. The second is sharing of 1, 2 or 3 pair of electrons between 2 atoms to form a covalent or a molecular bond. So children, the second method of becoming stable is by sharing of electron. So sharing of electrons can be done between 2 atoms where both the atoms share their electrons with each other and both of them become stable. And the third is when the shared electron pairs are contributed by only one of the combining atoms, the bond is formed, and this is known as coordinate bond or dative bond. So children, these are the 3 ways an atom can attain stability, that is one by transfer of electron, second is by sharing of electron, and third is when the sharing is being done only by one of the combining pair of atoms, not by both. It is called as coordinate bond. Now children, will start with the electrovalent or ionic bond first, where transfer of electron are taking place. So here we say that atoms or metal elements or metallic elements, they all have 1, 2 or 3 valence electrons and can lose electrons to atoms of non-metal elements which have 7, 6 or 5 electrons respectively in their outermost shell, and thereby forming an electrovalent compound. So here it is seen that metal atoms, they have 1, 2, 3 electrons, they tend to lose their valence electrons, and non-metal atoms, they have 7, 6 or 5 electrons in their outermost shell. So they take these electrons, and by this method a bond is formed or a compound is formed, which is called as electrovalent compound. So after the transfer of electrons, both the combining atoms acquire the electronic configuration of the nearest inert gas. So a metal atom which loses electrons becomes a positively charged ion and is known as a cation, and a non-metal atom which gains electrons becomes a negatively charged ion and is known as anion. Now children, the anion is a charged particle which is formed due to the gain or loss of one or more electrons by an atom. So this is the definition. Other definition, which is much simple, is an atom or group of atoms which have a positive or negative charge is called an ion. So the metal elements whose one atom readily loses electron or electrons to form a positively charged ion is known as an electropositive element. For example, if you see here, sodium atom, it has got electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 1. So it loses one electron, it forms a sodium ion, which is called as a sodium cation also. And a non-metal element whose atom readily accepts electron or electrons to form a negatively charged ion is an electronegative element. Say for example chlorine. Chlorine has got an electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 7. So it needs one electron in its outermost shell to complete its octet. So chlorine atom here accepts one electron and becomes a chloride ion. So it becomes a negative ion and it is called as an anion. So the cation and the anion, being oppositively charged, attract each other and form a chemical bond. Since this chemical bond formation is due to the electrostatic force of attraction between a cation and an anion, it is called as electrovalent or an ionic bond. So children, when these positive ions and negative ions, they come to each other, they form a strong electrostatic force of attraction between them, and they join to each other and a bond is formed. This bond is called as electrovalent bond. So if you say about electrovalent or ionic bond, the chemical compound formed as a result of the transfer of electrons from an atom of an element to the atom of another element are called ionic or electrovalent compound. And children, one more word has come over here, one term, electrovalency. So electrovalency means the number of electrons that an atom of an element loses or gains to form electrovalent bond is called electrovalency. Say for instance, sodium over here has lost one electron, so its electrovalency will be 1, and chlorine atom over here has gained one electron, so its electrovalency again will be 1. Say for example, magnesium, to become stable, loses its 2 electron to become a magnesium ion, so its electrovalency is 2. In the same way, oxygen accepts 2 electrons to become stable, so the electrovalency of oxygen is 2. Now we come to the second part of it, that is, what are the conditions which are favorable for the formation of ionic bond. So conditions for the formation of electrovalent or ionic bond: when an ionic compound is formed, the neutral atom is changed to a cation or an anion. The formation of cation and anion depends on the following factors. Now first is low ionization potential. Now this term you have studied in the previous chapter, that is the amount of energy required to remove the electron from the isolated gaseous atom. So if the ionization potential of a particular atom is low, it will lose electrons easily, that is a cation is formed easily. So low ionization. Then high electron affinity. If the electron affinity value is high, anions will be formed easily. That is, higher the electron affinity value favors ionic bonding. And large electronegativity difference, this is the tendency to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself. If the difference in the electronegativities of the two elements is higher, then the transfer of electrons will be easier. Therefore, more the difference in electronegativities, more will be the ionic nature of the resulting compound. Now, these are the important points regarding the formation of low ionization potential, higher electron affinity, or high electron affinity, low ionization potential of metal, high electron affinity of non-metal, and large electronegativity difference between both the atoms forming this compound. So children, we'll say that the metals of group 1, 2 and 3, these are the metals group having 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their outermost orbit have a tendency to lose their valence electron. So they combine with non-metals of group 15, 16 and 17, which have a tendency to gain electrons and form ionic bond. Group 1 elements are most electropositive. They are metallic in nature. Their metallic nature increases down the group. And group 17, that is halogens elements, are most electronegative. Fluorine is most electronegative element. Thus, cesium fluoride is the most ionic compound. So this question is asked which is the most ionic compound. So you can say cesium fluoride. Now bonds formed between metals and non-metals are ionic or electrovalent. Now children, why are ionic compounds stable? So here we say that ionic compounds are formed by ions, but there also exists a repulsive force between ions for like charges. Since the electrostatic force of attraction between opposite charge is much higher, it makes the ionic compound stable. Now some of the ionic compounds are sodium chloride, NaCl, MgCl2, magnesium chloride, calcium oxide, CaO, potassium bromide, KBr, and calcium chloride, that is CaCl2. These are some examples of ionic compound. Now children, we are going to see the structures of these compounds, and they are in the syllabus also. So first of all, we'll see some structures of electrovalent compound, and the most common among them is sodium chloride, NaCl. Now children, the electronic configuration of sodium atom is 281. So it has one electron in its outermost orbit, and it has a tendency to lose this one electron. It has one electron in excess of the stable electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas, neon. Therefore, an atom of sodium shows a tendency to give up the electron from its outermost shell so as to acquire a stable electronic configuration of neon. So children, here sodium has electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 1. It loses its one electron and it forms a sodium ion having an electronic configuration of 2, 8, which is similar to neon. However, after giving up one electron, the sodium atom is no more electrically neutral. It has 11 protons in its nucleus but have only 10 electrons revolving around it. Therefore, it has a net positive charge of +1. This positive charge atom is called sodium ion and is written as Na+. And its electronic configuration resembles to that of the noble gas. Now children, will see what is the difference between a sodium atom and between a sodium ion. So if you see in color, sodium atom is silvery white but sodium ion is colorless. And in toxicity, the sodium atom is poisonous in nature and sodium ion is non-poisonous. Chemical reaction, sodium atom is very active but sodium ion is inactive. Then valence shell of sodium atom is incomplete but of sodium ion it is complete. And electrical state, sodium atom is neutral because the number of protons and electrons are same, but a sodium ion is positive because the number of protons are more and electrons are less. And existence, sodium always in the atomic state always exists in combined state, whereas sodium ion can exist independently. And now we see the electronic configuration of chlorine is 2, 8 and 7. It has electronic configuration with one electron less than the nearest noble gas argon, that is 2 and 8, 8. So chlorine atom shows a tendency to acquire an electron to attain octet in its outermost shell. So if you see here children, chlorine atom has got the electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 7. So it will take one electron and it will become 2, 8 and 8 electronic configuration nearest to argon. But in that case, because the number of electrons are now more than protons, it will acquire a negative charge and it will be called as a chloride ion. An atom of chlorine is electrically neutral as it contains 17 protons in its nucleus and 17 protons revolving around it. But after acquiring an electron From sodium atom, the chlorine atom does not remains electrically neutral. It has one more than the number of protons in its nucleus and is therefore has a charge of -1 represented as Cl minus, that is chloride ion. Now children will see the difference between a chlorine atom and a chlorine ion. Color, if you see, chlorine atom will show the yellowish green color and it exists as chlorine gas, whereas chloride ion is colorless. Toxicity, chlorine atom is poisonous whereas chloride ion is non-poisonous. Odor, chlorine atom is suffocating but it is odorless. Chemical action, chlorine atom is very active but chloride ion is inactive. Valence shell of chlorine atom is incomplete whereas chloride ion it is complete. Electrical state, chlorine atom is neutral but chloride ion is negatively charged. And existence, does not have an independent existence whereas chloride ion can exist independently. Now children, chloride ion has an octet of electrons in its outermost shell and its electronic configuration resembles that of noble gas argon. Thus, when an atom of sodium combines with an atom of chlorine with electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 7, one electron is transferred from the sodium atom to the chlorine atom, resulting in the formation of sodium chloride. Now children, see this bonding which is taking place. Here an atom of sodium is given with electronic configuration of 2 in the first shell, then 8 and 1. And here chlorine atom is given with electronic configuration of 2 in the first shell, then 8 and 7. This atom of sodium is going to lose its electron and it will give it to chlorine. So here in the second stage, you see, after giving its electron, it forms a sodium ion with a positive charge and it forms a chloride ion with a negative charge, as this electron from sodium has gone into the outer shell of chlorine and it has made it chloride ion. So now both these atoms are electrically stable. You can say that they have the electronic configuration of nearest inert gases, but in this case they have acquired a positive and a negative charge. Now the cation, that is sodium ion and a chloride ion, are attracted toward each other due to this electrical charge, children. Due to this electrical charge called the Coulomb force existing between them, and they form an ionic compound. So children, they form an ionic compound. Now these diagrams which we have shown as atoms, they can also be represented by electron dot symbol. So we have another way to represent these bondings, and this is called as the electron dot symbol or the Lewis symbol. The electron dot symbol of an atom consists of the symbol of an element surrounded by dots representing the outermost shell electrons or the valence electrons. The paired electrons are represented by the pair of dots, whereas the unpaired electrons in the outermost orbit is represented by a single dot. Electron dot symbol of hydrogen can be represented as H and dot, and of oxygen it can be represented as O, and 6 electrons are shown here with pair of 2 electrons each. Now symbol other than dots such as circles and crosses can be used to distinguish between the electrons of different atoms in a molecule. So if you want to show the electrons of other atoms, then you can change these dots to crosses or to circles. Say for example in ammonia, here these cross means an electron of hydrogen and dot means an electron of nitrogen. Now the electron dot diagram of NaCl can be shown like this. Now Na is written and 1 dot is given. This is the valence electron or the electron of the outermost shell, and Cl, that is chlorine symbol, is written and 7 electrons are shown over here. That is the outermost valence electrons, or this electron is being transferred to chlorine, so Na acquires a positive charge and Cl acquires a negative charge, and a bond develops between them because of this electrical charges, and they are getting attracted to each other, and this bond formed between Na positive and Cl negative is called the ionic bond. So children, this is the formation of NaCl. The next is MgCl2. If you talk about MgCl2, that is magnesium and chlorine, we all know that chlorine has got an electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 7. It requires 1 electron. But here in this case, magnesium has got an electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 2, as its atomic number is 12. So this magnesium will lose its 2 electrons from the outermost shell to become a stable electronic configuration of neon. So here magnesium atom loses 2 electrons to form a magnesium ion with a charge of +2. So the number of valence electrons of magnesium atom is 12, is 2, and that of chlorine atom is 17 and is 7. So magnesium atom acquires a stable configuration of 8 electrons by losing 2 electrons from its outermost shell, one each to each atom of chlorine, and thus becomes a positive magnesium ion, and it is acquiring a positive +2 charge. Now chlorine, you all know children, chlorine. Now here 2 atoms of chlorine will lose 1 electrons each and they will form 2 chloride ion. So if you see the structure of magnesium chloride, here you see that children, magnesium is losing 2 electrons, 1 electron it is losing to one chlorine atom, and the other electron it is losing to another chlorine. So one magnesium atom is combining with 2 chlorine atoms, so by giving 1 electron each to both the atom, and in that case it acquires a positive +2 charge, and 2 chlorine atom also becomes stable, and so their formula will be MgCl2. Thus the ratio of magnesium to chloride ion in magnesium chloride must be 1:2. That is, one magnesium atom is reacting with 2 chlorine atom to make them all stable. So their ratio is 1:2. So molecular formula of the magnesium chloride will be MgCl2. So if you see its electron dot diagram, magnesium 2 dots or 2 electrons of the outermost shell are shown, and it is giving 1 electron to one chlorine atom and another electron to another chlorine atom. It is acquiring a state of Mg+2, and here 2 chlorine atom are getting satisfied by these 2 electrons. So this is the electron dot diagram, and if you continue this, it is going to form a formula of MgCl2. So this will be the formula of magnesium chloride. So children, if we have seen the structure of NaCl, now we have seen the structure of MgCl2, magnesium chloride. Now we'll see the structures of calcium oxide. Now children, calcium oxide, the number of valence electrons of calcium atom, that is atomic number 20, is 2. So it has got an electronic configuration of 2, 8, 8 and 2. So it is in a position to give its 2 electron. And oxygen atom requires 2 electrons to attain an octet state, as oxygen has an electronic configuration of 2 and 6. So one atom of calcium donates or transfer its 2 electrons from the outermost shell to oxygen atom. So 2 electrons are transferred from calcium to oxygen, and both the atoms becomes now stable. But by giving this, calcium acquires a charge of +2 and forms a cation, and oxide or oxygen becomes an oxide ion with an valency of -2. So if you see the ratio, that one atom of calcium is combining with one atom of oxygen to form a compound calcium oxide, that is CaO. So children, this is the electron dot diagram now of calcium oxide. You can see that one calcium atom is having 2 electrons in its outermost shell, and it is giving both its electron to one atom of oxygen, thus becoming a cation, and oxygen is becoming an anion, and the bond is formed between calcium and oxygen. So this is the structure of calcium.